Hey everybody, welcome back to Tommy's Tesla Tech and Travel. We got a little bit of a surprise today. We got to buy some stuff for working on our house, but I have the feeling something might be open that will tickle the taste buds. Shall we? What taste buds? The ones in your mouth.
It's still recording.
Huh?
It's still recording.
No! Blooper! What time is it? It is Portillo's time. That's right, they're opening the first Portillo's here in Tucson, and it doesn't actually open for a couple days, but we drove by and people are going in, so we're gonna go check it out. It's a Chicago-based chain that serves Chicago-style dogs, dipped beef sandwiches, and the famous chocolate cake shake. Should we get a chocolate cake shake, guys? I'm really excited. This is my kid's first experience really with Portillo's. Not my wife's, we've been there before, but hey. It's always a good time, especially when it's come to Tucson. That's why I wore my hat today, just in case they were open. So they are open. And today, Henry actually requested to eat some fries. Say hi, Henry. So I figured what better way to get this thing started. Let's look at some food now and see what we think. I did get a sandwich for my boss. I'm gonna go drop it off to him later, but we're gonna have some hot dogs here in the store. All right, full disclosure, I get the Chicago dogs, but I don't get them traditional. I get them without the onions, so mine's just tomato, some green relish, mustard, that beautiful all beef hot dog with a snap, which really separates them from everyone else. Got the sweet peppers and the dill pickle, and I love dill pickles. Danny got that chili dog. Sorry, I caught you mid-bite. She loves her chili, but they did put onions on there. We asked for no onions, but like we just said, not the end of the world. They're learning. That's why we're here. They technically don't open for 2 more days, Charlie. We just happen to come here during a trial base. So yay us. It's not crowded, and we get some food. And a lot of people don't know, when they do these grand opening things, they usually open several days prior, kind of like a preview at a casino. So they want to work out all the kinks. Hence, we ordered without onions. They got onions. Not the end of the world. I'm just glad they didn't put onions on mine because I would have lost my mind. No, kidding. All right, let's try this food out. All right, got to put the peppers back on. They all just fell out. I'm very happy. My only catch right now, how is my hot dog already cold? We just got it. But still tastes delicious. That's not a downside at all. But that beautiful all beef dog, that snap. They use the correct fry, the crinkle cut. And one thing we got to go with it, which normally I don't spring for, but since we're trying it for the first time in Tucson, you gotta get the cheese dipping sauce. That's the Chicago way.
You asked for...
As we talked about once already, they're famous for their chocolate cake shake. What it is, it's a regular chocolate milkshake, but they actually put a whole slice of their beautiful, creamy, delicious chocolate cake in there and blend it all together. It's called a chocolate cake shake, but let's face it, it's really like a sundae. Daniel, you said you really like this, don't you? All right, good talk. I caught you mid-bite again. What do you think of the chocolate cake shake?
I like it. It's really rich though.
You're my in-house baker. In fact, you just made a churro cake. I can't wait to eat some more when I get home. Oh, sorry, they're too hot. We gotta blow on them. Okay, buddy. They should be good. Are they good? Yeah. Is this good, Charlie? Do you like your fries? Okay, cheers. Bing. What are you doing? Do it again. Ew, seafood. Like some of the kitsch restaurants have all the crazy decorations. I mean, Portillo's is just as guilty, but they have some really cool stuff up here. I mean, it's stuff you wouldn't see in any normal fast food place, but this is one of those, it's kind of a combination of fast food / sit-down dining. Henry, how are your fries? Thumbs up? All right, Charlie, you good? Is that your review of Portillo's? And as someone who spent a lot of time in Chicago, seafood. I made the mistake of teaching him bad jokes. As someone who spent a lot of time in Chicago, this is as close as you're going to get to real Chicago-style dogs and food and everywhere. But Tucson does have another place in town called Luke's. Luke's was the original Italian beef here in town. It was all Chicago-based, same type of dog, same type of everything. Portillo's has that name brand recognition. Like, if you've ever been to Chicago, you know Portillo's. But if you're talking about like traditional Chicago-style food in Tucson, this is going to be the absolute Chicago style with a really close with Luke's. Never been to Luke's, try them out too. It's just like an old school, feel like you're in Chicago when you're there. Here, because of the way it's all set up, what I showed you, all the stuff in the ceilings, it's a chain. It can be found anywhere, and it's going to be the same from A, B, C, and D. But don't take that as a knock on the place. Amazing food. And this is their Italian beef there. I did not get a dip. Dipped is when you actually stick it in the au jus and get the whole thing nice and soggy and juicy. Since I have to drive across town to drop it off for my friend, I decided not to drive around with a soggy sandwich for the next 15 minutes. But I got the sweet peppers on there. If you're gonna get this sandwich, you might as well go with a full 9 and get the sweet peppers.
It's so good. Like,
So, I'm a fan. I'll be back soon. Alright, well, we're gonna finish our seafood. I think that's number 3. I'm gonna have a counter going up here. That's number 3. I'll be back again soon, but we're gonna finish our food, have some family time, then we'll be back after this to give you our final thoughts. So not only do they do catering, which I'm sure is gonna be reserved when they're actually up and running, they also have a little pickup spot over here too, so you can order your food and come get it at your convenience. So that was a really good first experience. One thing I really liked is as I went to go get my refill, it felt sincere. Hey, how was your food? What can we do better? Hey, we're gonna see you again soon. So hey, good on them. Once again, that's Portillo's here in Tucson. Now let's go catch up with the family who's sitting in the car and let's get our final thoughts and review. I'm happy. Let's see if they're happy. Since it is Tommy's Tesla Tech and Travel, I'm in the Explorer again today because I got home last night with 19% on the car and I totally forgot to charge it. All right, well that was a nice, fun, unexpected surprise.
yeah.
Because like I was saying earlier, it's not open yet. It doesn't actually open until February the 21st and today is February the 19th. However, since most places do those a few days ahead of time to work out all the kinks, I said, well, we have to go to Home Depot anyway because unfortunately some shingles blew off our roof. Insert photo here. So I have to go get some replacement shingles. I don't think we're going to be able to reuse some of the ones that flew off. So I was like, you know what? Let's go to the one where the Portillo's is, their building. Because it's replacing a restaurant here in town that was Claim Jumper, another chain restaurant. They tore it down and rebuilt from scratch. Well, I can say I was completely satisfied and happy. My hot dog was a little cold, which is weird because I literally took it, sat down, took a bite. I watched them make it. It was right there in the window. I don't know why it was that cold, but it was still delicious. We did order you a chili cheese dog. We said no onions. She repeated back no onions. My receipt said no onions. But what did it have?
Onions.
So she was a trooper. You scraped them off. But what was your thoughts about the dog?
I like how crisp it is.
The natural casing?
And then I like the fact they use like a cheese sauce versus sprinkle cheese.
That's true. They use like not nacho cheese sauce, but something kind of like just a liquefied cheddar, essentially. Chocolate shake cake, you said is pretty good. I haven't had a drink yet. Henry kind of stole it from me. So I'm sure it's delicious, but I've yet to try it.
Yeah.
And we got the Italian beef. I'm actually dropping it off to my boss right now. He's actually from Chicago, and he's been counting down the days for this to open too.
Well, because they've actually been open. They did a soft open, friends and family earlier this week.
And they did, and I actually tried to sneak in, but it was invitation only. It reminded me of the time back in 2009, I think it was. It was my first ever San Diego Comic-Con, and me and a few of my friends snuck into a Sci-Fi Channel party. Oh. And as soon as we got in the party, we realized we were definitely not supposed to be there because everybody was suit and tie and we're all shorts and t-shirts.
Okay.
So I got the same feeling when I pulled in to try to go into the friends and family soft opening, like they know I'm not supposed to be here right now. But it was absolutely worth it to me. I can't wait to go back again and again. I want to try some new things. I never tried them before. Like they do hamburgers as well. I've never had a hamburger from Portillo's. I've heard good things, and all my friends and family from the Chicago area have always had great things to say about it. The first time I ever got to try it was in Chicago, which when you're in Chicago going to there, it's like going kind of like to the Olive Garden in Italy. Like, yeah, it's from there, but it's a chain restaurant version of the local food now. But I have to say, they do it right. Like when I used to go to like the local places when I was in Chicago or even like in the Chicago area, they're all phenomenal, and the taste to me is relatively the same. The difference is they just do it on a much larger scale. So I can't wait to go back and eat it again. But like I was saying, if you also like Chicago food, you're here in Tucson, not only do you have to go to Portillo's, but check out our local places. You got Rocco's Little Chicago, which we're actually driving by right now, which is not weird.
They had Portillo.
Portillo's on there. But they have the best deep dish, like the best Chicago-style deep dish.
And wings.
And wings, especially the wings.
The wings are my favorite.
This side of Chicago, like even when I go to places like, like Luminaldi's or Giordano's, like in the close by areas, those chain restaurants that are Chicago related, it doesn't even hold a candle to Rocco's Pizza and their wings. And I love the hot dogs and the dip beef and everything from Portillo's, but you also have that second option here in Tucson of Luke's Italian beef, which, I don't know, to me that feels like more of the real local Chicago version as opposed to that chain version with Portillo's. And I don't want to sound like I'm knocking Portillo's. I absolutely love it. I can't wait to go back. But you got to call it what it is, which in this case, there are some other options here in town. But go and try them all. Don't take my opinion for it. Go to Luke's, go to Rocco's, and then heck, go to Portillo's and You make your own video. I want to see what you have to think. Why do I have to do all the work here? Angry Tommy. All right, guys. Well, thanks for taking another ride with us. We'll take another ride again soon. We're off to do some home stuff. Like I said, I got to do some roof repair. She's worried I'm going to fall off, and I keep reminding her, worst case scenario, I fall off, she pays off the house because I'll be dead.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
Daddy's joking.
What? Now, with that being said, we're going to take care of some other stuff. Thanks for taking a ride with us. That was a fun impromptu trip to Portillo's, trying it out. But it just makes you want to go and eat all these other places now, too. And I still want to do the great Tucson pizza crawl. But all the people that are supposed to do it with me have yet to come back to Tucson like they have promised. So we'll have to hold off on that for a little while longer. But soon. But for right now, this is our Chicago-style food review of here in Tucson, Arizona. Bye-bye, everybody. Tucson, Arizona.
Where are you?
Tucson, Arizona.